Hi guys, who the heck is Charlotte Owen and what is her connection to Boris Johnson? So as the youngest life peer in the House of Lords, appointed to that position by the former Prime Minister as part of his resignation honours list, has given a pretty rare interview. She sat down with Channel 4's Kathy Newman to discuss the reasons behind and the procedure to her appointment to the Lords. For someone who was never a politician, she seems to have very political-like answers to the questions posed to her. Who is this woman and why did Boris Johnson appoint her?
This is the first bill that you've brought forward since you took up your seat in the Lords in July 2023. Is it in a way your attempt to answer the many critics who said you didn't deserve your place in the Lords?
It's right, as an unelected member of the House of Lords, like all my colleagues, that I do get a reasonable amount of scrutiny, but this bill is entirely about the victims and helping every single woman who at present risks becoming a victim of this technology.
I mean, why do you think that Boris Johnson appointed you to the Lords? What were you told at the time?
You simply get an email through with your nomination form.
So were you surprised when you got it through then?
I think everybody's surprised, aren't they?
But it was as much a surprise to you as to everybody else.
Of course, nobody really expects such a thing. It's an honour.
I mean, there was an array of lurid claims about you online, and a lot of people believed at least some of it. We've been talking about digital fabrication of women's images against their will. I mean, just as damaging, clearly, is the online fabrication of facts, misinformation, as we might call it. Do you worry that people don't know what to believe about you, for example?
Falsehoods and the creation of falsehoods online is always wrong, and that's why I want to be an advocate. I want to help push this law through to prevent more women becoming victims of this technology. And I believe that misinformation and disinformation and deepfakes as a part of this will form a huge topic of conversation for the next decade.
Boris Johnson obviously appointing you to the Lords sort of landed you in what became a kind of media firestorm. Did he advise you on how to deal with it? Are you still in touch with him now?
Of course, I'm in touch with Boris. Boris always offers wonderful advice.
Baroness Owen, thank you very much.
My goodness. Who is this individual? We still don't know. We know her name, we know her surname, but we know very little about her. And you notice the cagey response to some of the questions here. Why were you appointed? And then she started talking about the procedure. Were you surprised? Isn't everyone surprised? Something very dodgy is going on here. Look, I don't know whether she's just a useful idiot or she's actually quite dishonest. I don't know. But if we actually look at, according to Wikipedia, a little bit about her, it says here, Owen's assertion, towards the end, it says, Owen's assertion that she interned for George Osborne while he was Chancellor in David Cameron's cabinet has been challenged. Senior sources who worked in Osborne's Talent Street office rejected it, stating that she was simply a member of the local party association and part of Conservative Future, the forerunner to the Young Conservatives. In September 2024, Owen was appointed Vice President of the environmental consulting firm chaired by Boris Johnson, named Better Earth. So Boris Johnson has set up a company. We thought Boris Johnson would go away and be forgotten about. No, that's not going to happen at all. Boris Johnson has set up a consultancy firm, probably to win government contracts, called Better Earth, and she's the Vice President of this company. Now, she's already a member of the House of Lords. Is that possible? Is this not some sort of conflict of interest? Well, probably not, because, corruption has been legalized. So, I'm more interested in why Boris Johnson appointed her. She had no experience, or very little experience. What did she bring to the House of Lords? She's claiming here she was as surprised as anyone else. Something extremely dodgy is going on. And, the fact that she is bringing forward a bill about disinformation when she was appointed by Boris frigging Johnson, I think adds fuel to the fire here. So it's possible that Boris Johnson appointed this individual because he can tell her what to do. She was very young at the time, and she's an empty vessel. She will do as she's told. Maybe it's because he has some sort of connection to her through blood, but we'll have to wait and see if that actually comes out to be true or not. But once again, we're talking about Boris Johnson here. We're talking about a former Conservative Prime Minister not leaving politics, but still getting stuck in whatever ways. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.